Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. We are back for another Premier League Gazette. I say another, it's been a long while since we did this. But seeing as the Premier League season is on the horizon, we're going to try and bring this back at least every Sunday where I'll be talking about the Premier League. We'll be going through some papers. We'll be having a coffee. You know the drill. Hopefully, we'll get down to the coffee shop a few times as well, rather than being sat here. But nevertheless, we've got loads to get stuck into today. We're talking Paul Pogba, we're talking Jack Grealish, and whatever else pops up on the back pages. I got a couple of the papers here, so we'll go through them. Now we know you can't really use these for much else than wiping your ass with, but it's still good to have a little chat about some of the news that is in there, some of the headlines and some of the stories that are popping up. And first off, we go to the Express back page, and they're talking Jack Grealish to join Guardiola's City, and it says Jack Grealish will leave Aston Villa and join Man City this week. And you lot know that is killing me. You lot know I'm a massive fan of Jack Grealish. You lot know that I wanted Jack Grealish to sign for Manchester United, but it looks like he's going to be joining Manchester City. That is unless he signs a new deal at Aston Villa. Now there has been some talk that he may sign a new deal, that the deal's being offered, that there's a lucrative package to try and keep him at Aston Villa. They've brought in Leon Bailey, Buendia. They're building a decent team. They've recently bid for James Ward-Prowse, Emil Smith-Rowe. They're trying to sign some players, but that kind of alludes to the fact that maybe they're already spending the money that they've got for Jack Grealish, or that they will get for Jack Grealish. Now, part of me thinks that is the case, and when you see these signings happening, you think, but their owners are quite rich. They're signing, what, 30 million for Bailey? Is it that much of a lucrative signing in terms of their owners being able to fund it themselves without the transfer? You know, maybe they're making those moves to try and persuade Jack Grealish to stay. But either way, it says here in this story that it now looks like he will be joining City. It says hopes that the boyhood Villa fan will reject the reigning champions and agree a new deal to remain at Villa Park have now faded, and all that remains is for the two clubs to reach an agreement on how the deal satisfies the price tag that has been slapped on Grealish's head by the Villa Park Supremos. And he's such a great player, isn't it? It's going to be sad when I have to start hating Jack Grealish, calling him shit every week to wind up Boovy. But what's funny is, remember when I said he's better than De Bruyne, he's better than Foden? We'll see when he's the star of the show there. Hopefully though, it's not to the detriment of Manchester United, because we're still building a good side that can hopefully compete. But it shows you that Man City will continue improving. There's talk about Harry Kane still coming in. There's talk here though, they could be losing Raheem Sterling. It says Man City's 200 million pursuit of Harry Kane and Jack Grealish has coincided with talks over Raheem Sterling's new contract failing to progress. So they could have a few players that are upset by the potential signings of players at Manchester City. But City getting Grealish, potentially getting Kane, those are big signings, and it shows you United need to get more business done. Yes, bringing in Sancho's great. Yes, bringing in Varane's great. But we still got holes in the squad that we need to sort out. And hopefully we will do that. So that's that for that paper. Not much knocking about, as you can tell. We move on now to the Sunday Mirror, which we have here. And obviously the Olympics is grabbing all the headlines on the back pages, which you'd expect. But we've also got here City land Grealish for £100 million. United face £15 million payout to ditch Pogba this summer. That one obviously interesting us here. And we got Robbie Fowler, which doesn't interest us, but he is talking about Man United, and he says Ole must deliver some silverware and begin repaying the £400 million transfer bill. You know what's funny? You know what? I can't even be arsed with this geezer. I'm not going to let him wind me up on this Sunday morning, afternoon, whatever it is. So with the Jack Grealish story, as we said, will join Man City this week. The England star is poised to become the latest addition to Pep Guardiola's squad once the final details are ironed out on his record-breaking £100 million move. And you know what's funny, yeah? Man City fans like Boovy run around saying Ronaldo's a flop for not winning the Champions League at Juventus. But they realise, they fail to realise that means their man there's a flop. Look how much money he's spending. No Champions League trophy. That's what he was brought in to do. He's done no different than Pellegrini or Mancini. Another £200 million to be spent on players. You better deliver that Champions League, old Boldy. Yeah, better deliver that Champions League. Otherwise, agendas are going to agenda. Here's the Robbie Fowler story. Solskjaer must start delivering silverware for United. You know what? Just on the face of that headline, I'm not reading the whole article because I can't be asked to read a Robbie Fowler column. It's, you know, it goes without saying, doesn't it? We have to start winning trophies. He says here, Jack has to stay. Villa are really meaning business. Aston Villa are a fallen giant of English football, and if they are serious about bringing back the glory years, they should refuse to sell Jack Grealish. Yeah, it'd be funny if they did that, wouldn't it? Copenhagen battle to call Seoul. Spain midfield star Saul Niguez hopes to have his summer move to England sorted this week, with Man United and Liverpool both interested, and that being reiterated throughout the week as well, that Manchester United have some interest in Saul. Whether it happens or not remains to be seen. Could he be one of those midfielders that's in the list of potential replacements for Pogba rather than in our list of potential midfield signings? Because I believe there's two things there. We need to be signing a midfielder regardless of what happens with Pogba. So we should have replacements for Pogba lined up, and we should also have a midfielder lined up to come in. Here we go. City to rule Europe with Grealish. Man City will be unstoppable when they add Aston Villa captain Jack Grealish to their star-studded ranks, says David James. Fuck off, David James, you dickhead. United face huge bill to ditch star this summer. Man United could be faced with handing Paul Pogba a £15 million payoff if they sell the Frenchman this summer. He would be due to receive the final 12 months of his 290 grand a week wages if the Reds attempt to cash in on him. That's interesting, isn't it? Because I suppose it's called like a loyalty bonus or something like that, which is interesting. I suppose it comes down to if it's United's decision to sell him. He needs to just sign the fucking contract, man, for God's sake. But that there, again, if United were going to get £42 million, let's say, for Pogba this summer, or £50 million, and they were due to pay off 12, 13, £15 million, whatever it is, to Paul Pogba, as a bonus or whatever of his contract, then you can see why they probably wouldn't take the money. Because what's the need of 25, 30, 40 million pounds when the player could be gone and you still have to give him some of that? So maybe that's playing into United's mind, but we need to get it sorted, don't we? Look, we could have been going after fuck Pep. We could have been going after Jack Grealish if we knew what was going on with Paul Pogba. But here we are. It's all to play for now. Man United are hoping that... let's have a look at this. Man United are hoping that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's new contract will give them an edge in the race to land Erling Haaland. That's what these lot are saying here. Borussia Dortmund's Norwegian striker credits Solskjaer with a huge role in his development when the United boss was in charge of Molde. Apparently with United's deal coming in now, that means, you know, United are showing some sign of longevity, some sign of a plan, and therefore Haaland could be attracted to that. Also, apparently United are going to look to go big on a striker next year. Haaland, you'd expect to be that man. That's why I've consistently said, if Martial is going to leave, or any of the strikers are going to leave, it wouldn't be this summer, because you've got Cavani who's going to be here for a year. United aren't in the market for a striker. What's the point in letting someone go? Do you know what I mean? Especially when, look, he had a bad season, but he was Player of the Year and top goal scorer of the season before. Why give up on him now? Especially when you have got Cavani, you have got Greenwood, etc. Always time to get some Martial prop in there. Anyway, thank you for tuning in today. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. Keep it locked. We'll be back every single week for the PL Gazette. I have been AdamMcKola. I'm out of here. Actually, before I go, make sure you subscribe, because we're trying to hit 120k before the Premier League season starts. See you in a bit.